Hey
All
guys,
right, guys.
welcome
Sorry
back.
about the delay, but we're back, and we're gonna get this top eight going. I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm so bad, and I'm joined by my fellow misplay teammate.
Hey guys, Cola Coma. Um, I scrubbed out in round two of this event, so it's nice to be able to cover it now. So we're ready for the top eight. Looks like, uh, what feature match are we watching? Applechips and Collector? All right.
Yep.
Uh, Great. All right.
So
So,
this is gonna be quite the match. The Felon deck versus the Time Justice Shadow deck. I think we're
you,
in for kind of a long game here.
well, it beats watching tons and tons of TJP, so I'm not complaining. Um,
Absolutely. I really like the design of this Felon deck. I think that it attacks a lot of the decks that are dominating the format in a very uh, meaningful and difficult way for them to deal with.
I haven't seen how, like, it seems very good against other unit-based decks. I'm not sure how well it would play against the harder control decks. I guess Wump is really good there. Um, and they do have a couple of negate effects, but it, again, I'm not sure how it feels against the TJ P decks.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's necessarily favored against those decks, but I got to imagine against a more controlling unit-based deck, I like Applechips' spot here.
That I agree with, certainly.
So it looks like both players are off to a pretty solid start. Everybody's got stuff to do. The board is getting full quickly.
What do you think about not just getting down a scale hide and pumping there? I guess you kind of have to take care of the.
Yeah, I think collectors just decided that the Rat King could not stay on the board. It was going to do too much controlling and
Yeah,
wanted to wait a little bit to develop.
I think that's fair. He's got a really awkward power draw here, having to use all his scale hides as power. But that's the nice thing about the inscribe. At least you have that option.
Agreed. I think Inscribe is one of the best new mechanics Direwolf has made in quite some time. I really like the way it plays. And that's another reason maybe not to have developed a Scalehide last turn was wasn't sure whether he wanted to inscribe or actually cast it.
I'm not sure I like
Because he's
that block there, because you still get the Wump trigger or the Plunk trigger because of the overwhelm. I'm not sure it was worth throwing away the scale hide right there. He's in a tough spot though, collector. So I'm not sure what else he could be doing.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely needs to start turning the corner. If he can get the Mystic Ascendant to draw some cards, he can definitely come back in this game. But without the extra power, he's going to be in a world of hurt until he gets there.
Plus, Applechips is basically firing on all cylinders here.
Yeah,
Interestingly, he's been doing it all without the extra card draw of the whatchamacallits.
of the ambassadors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's really
ambassador.
interesting. I guess we're not playing an ambassador this turn. Likely, huh? What do you play? Do you play the dojo post combat or? do you play an Iadria post combat?
I think I like the dojo getting a power and then playing an ambassador. This is not.
Oh, right. I always forget that Dojo gets power too. That card is quite good. But we see an abduct instead. Does not go for the power and just inscribes instead. Okay. Next turn we can play an ambassador and then draw a card off Iadria. Plus get a power.
Yeah, he could do almost no wrong at this point. Like he's just so far ahead, Applechips.
Yeah, but Collector does have the Mystic Ascendant with a power to activate, and I mean Javen does draw cards. It's not completely out of it.
Wow. I guess he
Oh,
really is worried about
the Mystic
Mystic
Ascendant.
Ascendant.
Yeah, because well, he saw it from the first abduct, so he decides to just lose a little Night Dojo value and limit the outs. I kind of like that play. I didn't even consider it, but I like it a lot.
I keep forgetting Night Dojo has another effect on it with the targeting causing discard.
Yeah, and it's a real cost sometimes. Here, I wonder if we're gonna transform or not.
I think so. I
I
think,
think you
yeah.
have to as well. It's such a powerful effect, but waiting a whole turn, how much time do we really have? Iadria is gonna come down this turn, draw a card, and then maybe even a
Ah,
double.
and take that last card too.
Oh,
Yeah,
brutal.
that was his comeback plan. Do you throw away an ambassador here? Probably. I mean,
Absolutely. That ambassador's drawn a bunch of cards. You're getting in some damage. Oh, and it's
oh, I
not throwing it
completely forgot
away.
about that too. God, I'm so bad
Iadria.
at this game.
I always forget that Iadria does the block and attack so strong.
Yeah.
Applechips too good for us though. Does
He's
not
got
forget.
some he's got some very cool interactions with this deck, so
It really does. Against like all the Magnaventruses running around, Iadria is quite impressive.
and Valise is just has always been a great card.
But also has a lot of synergy with the Iadria, right?
That
Because
is
the
true.
Elise is the thing that's giving the +1/+1 to ensure that nothing you attack with dies.
Very true. And collectors had enough.
Yeah, totally fair. That game was pretty over. All right, well, we see Applechips take a pretty decisive game one. So, if you're in
Apparently I'm
collector's seat,
echoing and
what are you thinking about?
we'll
What are you
see what I
trying
do
to
different.
do in order
Can you still hear me?
to uh, attack the next game?
Am I still echoing? I saw in the chat someone said.
Oh, I don't know. I don't hear an echo from you, but I'm not listening to the stream.
I don't hear an echo either.
Okay.
So, if you're in collector's seat, what kinds of things are you looking to do to attack this Felon deck? Do we have the deck list somewhere?
Yes, in the deck dock.
Can you still hear me?
I'm not sure if it's pinned or anything. Event info.
Okay.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, event info. Can you still hear? Yes, I can still hear. Okay. Yeah. Looks like it's not as bad as the Iliac was a second ago.
Is it me that's echoing?
No, that like either of you are echoing. Oh, you should probably wear headphones. That's bad.
All right, I'll put headphones in just in case.
I am wearing headphones. Anyway, you never want to say, you just lose to a matchup, but I really don't know if there's that much Collector can do here. He just does not seem well set up. Seems like it's just a bad matchup for him.
Yeah, I was trying to find an angle of attack that he could go after, but Applechips just has so many solid answers to the things that he wants to be doing. And when both players draw like equal amounts of power, I feel like Applechips just draws so many more cards.
And now Applechips just makes 5/5 flyers, and well, what do you do about that? I guess you get to take out his source of 5/5 flyers in a second, but I think the damage is already done.
Yeah.
We'll say Mystic Ascendant combined with Search for Tomorrow. That could help you catch up.
For sure. If you can stabilize, I mean, we are at a reasonable health total, right? It's still at 23. He's at 6 power. It's not over. But the Iadria will make things difficult. For sure.
Yeah, he has no real good way to interact with it. I do like the value of the free sketch relics. That's not bad. Collector's really going to have to lean hard on this Mystic to come back here.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. The real question is just, okay, so we're trading off. Oh, no.
No, that's the...
No, that's the blocking. It never, Iadria never changes the number you want it to. It always changes the number that's good for it. Wow. All right. Well, the weapon. Oh, we can't play the weapon yet.
No, and he's
We're just dead, right?
just dead, yeah.
Brutal. Yeah, this film deck, very impressive. All right, Applechips moves to our top 4.
All right, who else? I'm betting Lights Out A's and Bergen. Yep, we could tell the two TJP decks would still be going. Do we know what game they're on?
Absolutely.
And who won game 1? Okay. Bergen is stuck on Primal. That's... I mean, oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
but now that he's unlocked, all of a sudden, he's got a lot of card draw.
So many of these games seem to go down to decking. It's always kind of a challenge. How much do you want to be drawing?
These control matchups are so difficult. There are so many tiny decisions that really wildly change how the game ends up playing. I find these matchups Very difficult to play and mentally taxing.
The other thing about these matchups are like you have so many cards that don't matter with your unit interaction type spells. The harsh rolls still kind of matter because they deal with the flying tokens, but things like the defiances, condemnation's a little bit better, but not hugely important. There's just so many cards that are not important.
Yeah, that is a good point. But all this card draw and discard like really lets you filter to find those important pieces.
Yeah, that's what really makes the deck hum. The ability to toss away useless cards with your bottled insights and your Torgovs.
Wow, Lights Out Ace discarded both of his harsh rules. Does not think that that is important here. That's interesting. I think I would have kept a harsh rule over a condemnation, but I could be wrong.
Well, he does have the double flicker here for the wrath that I'm sure he expects to be coming from the Bergand.
But the Bergen does not wrath. Instead goes for his own aid of the Huru, which also gets flickered. Wow.
Yeah, the
Okay.
flickers are pretty great here.
They are. So the flicker might actually be the mirror breaker in this card. In this matchup.
Yeah, and the Bergand is not playing any flickers, which I would imagine puts him at a pretty big disadvantage. And that's it.